Hey everybody, what's up? It's Nick here, and today we're going to be doing kind of a little bit of a different tutorial. Today I'm going to show you guys how you can achieve an effect of giving someone a swirly in a toilet, but making it look like the angle of the camera is from actually inside the toilet. So this is kind of a bizarre thing. I kind of just threw that out there as soon as I started the video, but essentially I want to do this effect for a PSA that I'm doing for my college intro to video class. So I'm taking a basic video class my freshman year of college, and our final project is for us to create a public service announcement. So I immediately just thought of, I want to give someone a swirly. I don't know, that was the first thing that popped into my head. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to do something different than a traditional swirly effect. I wanted to get an effect which is like someone's actually getting a swirly, but the angle of the camera is actually from inside of the toilet. And I thought this is going to be incredibly difficult to pull off, but I figured I would try some stuff out until I got the effect that I wanted. Now, I haven't shot the actual video itself yet. I actually just tested it out earlier right before I shot this, so this isn't the final look of the effect, but hopefully we should be able to get something that looks a lot better than what I did today done when I actually shoot the actual PSA. Now, the PSA is going to be on anti-bullying, and the theme of the PSA is basically some people are going to just rough some kid up and give him a swirly, and then it's going to evolve from there. I don't want to give away the whole plot of the entire thing, but essentially there's going to be a kid getting a swirly in my video. So I needed to test this out first of all, and I've already done a swirly before in one of my videos. So if you guys recall, into a short film that I did last year, I did this scene, which ended up giving myself a swirly, and it was terrible, terrible. Just watch it.
Come here, Cupcake.
And that is what giving yourself a swirly looks like normally. Now that was really pulled off just terrible. It was terribly lit, terribly shot. I could have done it way better. There was a million things I would have done better with that particular shot, and so this is kind of just me wanting to improve what I did there. So what I actually need to do once again is get an angle from inside of the toilet. So to achieve this, we're going to need a few things that I just found lying around my house. You're going to need a clear container, whether it be a plastic container with the bottom cut out, or in my case a fish tank. Now I've had this old fish tank just sitting in my backyard for quite some time now, and so I decided this would be perfect for the swirly effect. So all I needed to do was get this fish tank, and I mounted it up on some chairs and some cinder blocks. So here is a picture of what it finally looked like in the end. And then what I did was I took the fish tank and I filled it up with water. And then underneath of the fish tank, I put my camera underneath, and then I set the correct focus and exposure, and then I essentially just dunked my own head in the fish tank. And this is the result. Yeah, I dumped my head in a fish tank. That was very weird. And you want to know what the weirdest thing about me dunking my head in that fish tank was the fact that my neighbors were just right over there watching me dunk my head in this fish tank. And I ended up dunking my head in there 5 different times because I couldn't get the effect right. So here are some examples of what the failed effect will look like. So as you can see, I ended up doing it 5 different times, and I think the one at the end looked the best, but this isn't the final version of the effect. I think that if I exposed this better, I lit it better, and I maybe would have done it away from a tree, then this would have worked a little bit better. So you need to take into account what's going to be in the background of your shot as well. So I'm probably going to have to end up doing it away from a tree in my backyard if I want to actually make this believable, but essentially that's all you need to do. You need to just get a clear container, whether it be a plastic tub or a fish tank, and then you need to put your camera underneath of it and fill it up with water. Now this is very, very dangerous if you guys can't tell already. You need to make sure that the container that you have in the water doesn't break, because if you're using something glass and it's suspended with your camera above it, you risk not only hurting your actor but hurting your camera as well. So you want to make sure that you take all the necessary safety precautions. I just hit the microphone, and so once you hit all of the necessary safety precautions, then make sure you go ahead and do this. Now also, don't fill up the fish tank with too much water or anything. I ended up using a lot of water on this fish tank, so Anyway, there's a million different things that I could do to improve on it, but that is the basics of what I did to achieve this swirly effect. So now what I'm going to leave you with is I'm going to leave you with 2 minutes of footage of me actually doing it, because while I actually did one of these different effects, I filmed myself on my iPhone actually showing you guys the process of how I did it, and I look stupid because I was dunking my head in a fish tank. But I will go ahead and show that to you anyway, because I know you guys want to see that. So let's cut away to that, shall we? Okay, so now it's time to test this out in action. So this is actually the third time that I've done this, that I've dunked my head in that fish tank over there. So got my camera right here, and hopefully I'll be able to get myself a decent swirly shot right now. So bear in mind, this is the third time that I've dunked my head in this fish tank. So I'm going to try to do this with one hand. I'm going to turn on my camera. And now we just got to position it and frame it right, because I already have the right exposure. So we just go down here underneath the fish tank and we frame it right. That's the angle that I'm going to be trying to get. So now if I just record, if I hit record on the camera, so now we are now hopefully recording on the camera, so you should be seeing what's going on inside of the fish tank. So I'm hopefully waving right now, and now I'm going to perform some camception. So now we're looking in video feed upon video feed. So now let's just frame this properly. So I want to dunk my head right around here, essentially. So I know you guys couldn't really see that well, but I want to try and dunk my head right around here, because apparently the water and the light distorts the image a bit. So when I was actually dunking my head right on top of the camera's lens the last time, it looked like my head was a little bit off frame, and we don't want our head to be off of frame because we want to get a decent swirly shot. So I just got to remember that my towel is right here, and now this is going to be the third time of me dunking my head in a fish tank. Whoa. The past 2 times I wasn't recording this because my neighbors were over there, and what are you going to say to your neighbors when you're just like, oh, that's okay, I was just dunking my head in a fish tank, good morning, can I borrow some sugar? No. So okay, hopefully that's right, and now I'm going to dunk my head in a fish tank and you're going to watch. I want to see. I'm probably going to wake up sick tomorrow because of how dirty that was, but I gotta put my glasses on top of the towel. And that's what it feels like to test out special effects. So you just saw me dunk my head in a fish tank, and this is going on the internet. Whoa. Yep, and so that's pretty much it. That's how I achieved this swirly effect, looking like it came from inside of the toilet. So anyway, this is still a work in progress. I just wanted to show you guys this idea that I had for doing this. And if you guys can actually pull this off and make it look a little bit better, feel free to leave a video response. I'd definitely like to see how this turns out. And also, this isn't the final version of the effect. I'm pretty sure if I just play around with this to get it right, then I'll be able to get a really awesome looking effect. So Friday, hopefully, when I try and do this for the actual PSA, it'll end up looking a lot better. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, I can't take full credit for this. I actually watched a tutorial from youtube.com/filmriot, which you can click on the annotation right here to watch, and they gave me the idea for how I would actually do this. So I just wanted to share this quick little tip with you guys. It was kind of just me rambling, more or less than a tutorial, but yep, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions for anything you want to see me do in future videos, feel free to comment them in the comment section down below. And that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.